Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel Attain Inspire, where we discuss the book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, by Robert Kiyosaki. Today, we will be going through the book chapter by chapter, summarizing the key points and discussing the important lessons we can learn from it. Chapter 1. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. The book begins with the story of the author's two fathers, his biological father, who was highly educated but struggled with money, and his best friend's father, who was a successful entrepreneur and investor. The author learned that while both men were smart and hardworking, they had very different attitudes towards money and wealth creation. The author's biological father, who he calls Poor Dad, believed that the key to financial success was a good education and a steady job. He encouraged his son to work hard, get good grades, and find a secure career path. However, despite his high level of education and a good job as a government employee, Poor Dad struggled financially and lived paycheck to paycheck. In contrast, the author's best friend's father, who he calls Rich Dad, was a successful entrepreneur and investor. He owned multiple businesses, invested in real estate and stocks, and had a net worth in the millions. Rich Dad taught the author about the importance of financial education and investing in assets that generate passive income, such as rental properties and stocks. One of the key lessons the author learned from Rich Dad was that the rich don't work for money. They work to build assets that generate passive income and create wealth over time. This mindset shift, from focusing on earning a paycheck to building assets and creating passive income streams, is a critical element of building long-term wealth and financial security. Another lesson the author learned from Rich Dad was the importance of financial education. While the author's Poor Dad had a PhD and was highly educated, he had little understanding of personal finance, investing, or wealth creation. Rich Dad, on the other hand, taught the author about money management, investing, and the power of building assets that generate passive income. In conclusion, Chapter 1 of Rich Dad, Poor Dad introduces readers to the key ideas and lessons that form the foundation of the book. The author's experience with his two fathers demonstrates the importance of financial education, investing in assets that generate passive income, and shifting one's mindset from working for money to building assets and creating long-term wealth. Chapter 2. The Rich Don't Work for Money. Welcome to Attain Inspire, our YouTube channel featuring the audiobook version of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, by Robert Kiyosaki. In this we will delve into Chapter 2, The Rich Don't Work for Money. Kiyosaki begins this chapter by introducing his rich dad, who taught him and his best friend, Mike, the principles of wealth building. One of the key concepts that Rich Dad taught them was that the rich don't work for money. Instead, they focus on building assets that generate passive income. Kiyosaki explains that the rich use their money to buy income-generating assets like rental properties, stocks, and businesses. These assets produce cash flow that can be reinvested to generate even more income. In contrast, the poor and middle class often focus on working for money and trading their time for a paycheck. One of the main takeaways from this chapter is the importance of financial education. Kiyosaki emphasizes that the rich are financially literate and understand how money works, while the poor and middle class often lack basic financial knowledge. He encourages readers to invest in their financial education by reading books and attending seminars. Kiyosaki also touches on the idea of risk versus security. He notes that while many people think that a steady job with benefits provides security, it also comes with the risk of losing that job. On the other hand, investing in income-generating assets comes with risk as well, but it can lead to greater financial rewards. In conclusion, Chapter 2 of Rich Dad, Poor Dad provides valuable insights into the mindset and strategies of the wealthy. By focusing on building assets that generate passive income and investing in their financial education, the rich are able to create long-term wealth and financial freedom. Chapter 3. Why Teach Financial Literacy? Welcome to Attain Inspire, the audiobook version of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, by Robert Kiyosaki. In this chapter, we'll be discussing Chapter 3, Why Teach Financial Literacy? Kiyosaki begins this chapter by sharing a story about how his rich dad encouraged him to start his own business at a young age. His dad believed that by starting a business, Kiyosaki would learn valuable lessons about money, entrepreneurship, and financial independence. Kiyosaki also emphasizes the importance of financial education, noting that most schools don't teach students how to manage money or invest for the future. He believes that financial literacy is essential for achieving financial independence and freedom. One of the key concepts Kiyosaki introduces in this chapter is the cash flow pattern. He explains that most people have a job, income, expenses, cash flow pattern, where they work for money, pay their bills, and have little left over for investing or saving. In contrast, the wealthy have a assets, income, expenses, cash flow pattern, where they build assets that generate passive income, which they can use to cover their expenses and reinvest for even more income. Kiyosaki also touches on the importance of taking responsibility for one's financial future. He notes that many people blame external factors like the economy or their job for their financial struggles, but in reality, it's up to each individual to take control of their finances and make smart financial decisions. In conclusion, Chapter 3 of Rich Dad, Poor Dad highlights the importance of financial literacy and taking control of one's financial future. By understanding the cash flow pattern, building assets that generate passive income, and investing in financial education, individuals can achieve financial independence and freedom. Chapter 4, Mind Your Own Business. Welcome to Attain Inspire, the audiobook version of Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. In this chapter, we'll be discussing Chapter 4, Mind Your Own Business. Kiyosaki begins this chapter by emphasizing the importance of taking control of one's financial future. He believes that relying on a job for income is a risky proposition, as it leaves individuals vulnerable to economic downturns, layoffs, and other external factors beyond their control. Instead, Kiyosaki encourages readers to start their own business or invest in income-generating assets, such as real estate or stocks. One of the key concepts Kiyosaki introduces in this chapter is the difference between working for money and having money work for you. He notes that most people have been conditioned to work for money, trading their time and energy for a paycheck. However, the wealthy understand that true financial freedom comes from having money work for them through passive income streams like rental properties or dividend-paying stocks. Kiyosaki also encourages readers to learn about different types of businesses and investments, and to invest in their own financial education. He notes that many people are afraid to take risks or venture outside of their comfort zones, but the most successful investors and entrepreneurs are those who are willing to take calculated risks and learn from their failures. In conclusion, Chapter 4 of Rich Dad, Poor Dad emphasizes the importance of taking control of one's financial future through entrepreneurship and investing. By shifting from a mindset of working for money to having money work for you, individuals can achieve financial freedom and build wealth over the long term. Chapter 5, The History of Taxes and the Power of Corporations. Welcome to Attain Inspire, the audiobook version of Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. In this chapter, we'll be discussing Chapter 5, The History of Taxes and the Power of Corporations. Kiyosaki begins this chapter by discussing the history of taxation, noting that taxes have been used as a tool of government since ancient times. He notes that while taxes can be used to fund important social services, they can also be a burden on individuals and businesses, particularly if they are not used efficiently or fairly. Kiyosaki then goes on to explain how corporations can be used as powerful tools for building wealth and minimizing tax liabilities. He notes that corporations are treated as separate legal entities from their owners, which allows them to take advantage of tax breaks and deductions that are not available to individuals. He also notes that corporations can be used to shield assets and protect against legal liabilities, making them an attractive option for entrepreneurs and investors. One of the key takeaways from this chapter is the importance of understanding the tax code and using it to your advantage. Kiyosaki notes that many people are unaware of the various tax breaks and deductions available to them, which can result in them paying more in taxes than they need to. By investing in a solid financial education and working with knowledgeable professionals, individuals can learn how to minimize their tax liabilities and keep more of their hard-earned money. In conclusion, Chapter 5 of Rich Dad, Poor Dad emphasizes the power of corporations as tools for building wealth and minimizing tax liabilities. By understanding the history of taxation and the benefits of incorporating, individuals can take control of their financial futures and build lasting wealth over time. Chapter 6: The Rich Invent Money. Welcome to Attain Inspire, the audiobook version of Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. In this chapter, we'll be discussing Chapter 6, The Rich Invent Money. Kiyosaki begins this chapter by stating that the rich don't work for money, they invent money. He notes that wealthy individuals are able to create money through their ideas and investments, whereas many people who work for a paycheck are simply trading their time for money. Kiyosaki goes on to explain that one of the key differences between the rich and the poor is their mindset when it comes to money. While the poor often view money as something scarce that must be hoarded and saved, the rich see money as a tool for creating more money. They are willing to take risks and invest in opportunities that have the potential to generate high returns, even if there is a chance of failure. Kiyosaki notes that the ability to create money through investments and entrepreneurship is not something that is reserved for the wealthy alone. He encourages readers to adopt a similar mindset and start looking for opportunities to create wealth in their own lives. This could mean starting a business, investing in stocks or real estate, or developing a new product or idea. One of the key takeaways from this chapter is that wealth is not something that is simply handed to individuals, but rather something that is created through hard work, creativity, and a willingness to take risks. By adopting a mindset that sees money as a tool for creating more money, individuals can begin to take control of their financial futures and build lasting wealth over time. In conclusion, Chapter 6 of Rich Dad, Poor Dad emphasizes the importance of adopting a mindset that sees money as a tool for creating more money, rather than something that is scarce and must be hoarded. By taking risks and investing in opportunities that have the potential to generate high returns, individuals can create wealth and achieve financial independence over time. Chapter 7: Work to Learn, Don't Work for Money. Welcome to Attain Inspire, the audiobook version of Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. In this chapter, we'll be discussing Chapter 7, Work to Learn, Don't Work for Money. In this chapter, the author discusses work to learn, don't work for money, and it encourages readers to focus on gaining new skills and knowledge through education and personal development, rather than solely pursuing a paycheck. Kiyosaki begins by sharing his own story of how he began to shift his mindset from simply working for a paycheck to focusing on gaining new skills and knowledge. He emphasizes that education and personal development are key to building wealth and achieving financial independence, and that the most successful individuals are those who are constantly learning and growing. Kiyosaki notes that many people believe that a high-paying job is the key to financial success, but this is not always the case. He argues that it is more important to focus on developing new skills and knowledge that will increase one's value in the marketplace and provide greater opportunities for success. One of the key points that Kiyosaki makes in this chapter is that people should not be afraid to take risks and try new things. He encourages readers to step outside of their comfort zones and pursue new challenges, whether that means taking on new projects at work or starting a side business. Kiyosaki also stresses the importance of self-education and personal development. He notes that there are many resources available for individuals who want to learn new skills or gain knowledge in a particular area, including books, seminars, and online courses. In conclusion, Chapter 7 of Rich Dad, Poor Dad encourages readers to focus on personal development and education as a means of achieving financial independence. By continually learning and growing, individuals can increase their value in the marketplace and create greater opportunities for success. Chapter 8: Overcoming Obstacles. Welcome to Attain Inspire, the audiobook version of Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. In this chapter, we'll be discussing Chapter 8, Overcoming Obstacles. In this chapter, the author discusses the common obstacles that can prevent individuals from achieving financial success and offers strategies for overcoming them. Some of these obstacles include fear, cynicism, laziness, and bad habits. The author stresses the importance of confronting and overcoming these obstacles in order to achieve financial independence and freedom. He also highlights the need for individuals to take responsibility for their own financial education and to seek out opportunities for personal development and growth. One key strategy for overcoming obstacles is to change one's mindset and attitude towards money. Rather than viewing money as a scarce resource that must be hoarded and protected, the author encourages readers to adopt a mindset of abundance and to seek out opportunities for creating wealth. Another important strategy is to develop a plan for achieving financial goals and to take consistent action towards those goals. This may involve making small changes in daily habits or taking bold risks in pursuit of greater rewards. In conclusion, the chapter emphasizes the importance of perseverance, self-discipline, and a positive attitude in overcoming obstacles and achieving financial success. By taking control of one's financial future and committing to lifelong learning and personal growth, anyone can overcome the obstacles that stand in the way of financial freedom. Chapter 9: Getting Started. Welcome to Attain Inspire, the audiobook version of Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. In this chapter, we'll be discussing Chapter 9, Getting Started. In this chapter, Kiyosaki provides practical advice for getting started on the path to financial independence. He emphasizes the importance of setting goals, creating a plan, and taking action. Kiyosaki suggests that the first step towards achieving financial success is to set clear and specific goals. He recommends using the SMART criteria: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, to create goals that are realistic and attainable. Once you have set your goals, Kiyosaki advises creating a plan for achieving them. He suggests creating a financial statement that includes your income, expenses, assets, and liabilities. This will give you a clear picture of your current financial situation and help you identify areas where you can make improvements. Kiyosaki also emphasizes the importance of taking action. He notes that many people fail to achieve financial success because they never take the first step. He recommends starting small and taking consistent action towards your goals. In addition to setting goals, creating a plan, and taking action, Kiyosaki offers several other pieces of advice for getting started on the path to financial independence. He recommends, first, investing in yourself by continuing to learn and develop new skills. Second, surrounding yourself with like-minded people who support your goals. Third, being patient and persistent, as financial success often takes time. Fourth, staying focused on your goals and not getting distracted by short-term gains or losses. In conclusion, Kiyosaki's message in this chapter is that anyone can achieve financial independence with the right mindset, tools, and actions. It all starts with setting clear goals, creating a plan, and taking consistent action towards your financial future. Chapter 10: Inside Information. Welcome to Attain Inspire, the audiobook version of Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. In this chapter, we'll be discussing Chapter 10, Inside Information. In this chapter, Kiyosaki shares valuable insights and advice from successful investors and entrepreneurs on how to build wealth and create passive income streams. He emphasizes the importance of seeking out inside information that can give you an edge in the market, and highlights some of the key strategies used by wealthy individuals to achieve financial success. Kiyosaki begins by discussing the concept of insider trading, which is often associated with illegal and unethical behavior in the stock market. However, he notes that there are many legal ways to gain inside information and use it to your advantage in investing. He gives the example of a friend who worked for a real estate development company and was able to invest in land at a discount, thanks to his inside knowledge of the company's plans. Kiyosaki also stresses the importance of networking and building relationships with successful people in your industry or area of interest. By doing so, you can gain valuable insights and advice from those who have already achieved the level of success you are striving for. He shares his own experience of seeking out mentors and coaches in the real estate industry, who were able to provide him with invaluable guidance and support. Another key strategy for building wealth is to invest in yourself, by continually learning new skills and acquiring knowledge in your field of interest. Kiyosaki advocates for a lifelong commitment to personal development and education, noting that successful individuals are often those who are willing to take risks and pursue new opportunities. Finally, Kiyosaki offers some practical advice for finding and capitalizing on insider information, such as attending industry events and conferences, subscribing to industry publications and newsletters, and staying up to date on the latest news and trends in your field. By being proactive and seeking out inside information, you can gain a competitive advantage in investing and entrepreneurship. In conclusion, this chapter offers valuable insights and strategies for building wealth and creating passive income streams through the use of inside information and personal development. By taking a proactive approach to investing and entrepreneurship, and seeking out the advice and guidance of successful mentors and peers, anyone can achieve financial success and independence. Chapter 11, Still want more? Here are some to-dos. Welcome to Attain Inspire, our YouTube channel featuring the audiobook version of Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. In today's session, we will delve into Chapter 11, Still want more? Here are some to-dos. The chapter begins with a reminder that the journey to financial freedom is a lifelong process and requires ongoing effort and commitment. The author encourages readers to stay focused on their goals and to continue learning and growing. The author then offers some specific actions that readers can take to further their financial education and build wealth. These actions include: find a mentor. The author suggests finding someone who has already achieved financial success and learning from their experience and advice. Attend seminars and workshops. The author recommends attending events and seminars focused on financial education and wealth building. Join investment clubs. The author suggests joining an investment club to learn more about investing and to network with other investors. Read financial publications. The author recommends reading financial publications to stay up to date on the latest trends and strategies. Take action. The author emphasizes the importance of taking action and implementing the strategies and ideas learned throughout the book. The author concludes the chapter by reminding readers that financial freedom is achievable, but it requires hard work and dedication. By following the advice provided throughout the book and taking action, readers can create a path to financial success and independence. Let's see what we learn on this audiobook summary. Chapter 1. Rich Dad, Poor Dad introduces the concept of having two fathers. One who is highly educated but struggled financially, poor dad, and another who is a successful entrepreneur and investor, rich dad. Chapter 2. The Rich Don't Work for Money teaches readers the importance of shifting their mindset from working for money to building assets and creating passive income streams. Chapter 3. Why Teach Financial Literacy discusses the importance of financial education and how it can help individuals achieve financial independence and freedom. Chapter 4. Mind Your Own Business encourages readers to take control of their financial future by starting their own business or investing in income-generating assets. Chapter 5. The History of Taxes and the Power of Corporations explores the history of taxation and how corporations can be used as powerful tools for building wealth and minimizing tax liabilities. Chapter 6. The Rich Invent Money discusses how wealthy individuals are able to create money through their ideas and investments. Chapter 7. Work to Learn, Don't Work for Money encourages readers to focus on gaining new skills and knowledge through education and personal development, rather than solely pursuing a paycheck. Chapter 8. Overcoming Obstacles discusses common obstacles that can prevent individuals from achieving financial success and offers strategies for overcoming them. Chapter 9. Getting Started provides practical advice for getting started on the path to financial independence, including setting goals, creating a plan, and taking action. Chapter 10. Inside Information offers insights and advice from successful investors and entrepreneurs on how to build wealth and create passive income streams. Chapter 11. Still want more? Here are some to-dos provides additional resources and suggestions for further learning and growth in financial education. That's it for Rich Dad, Poor Dad audiobook. If you enjoyed this audiobook, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down below. And don't forget to subscribe to Attain Inspire for more content on personal development, financial success, and many more. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.